All right, we are joined now by former New York Giants running back, two-time Super Bowl champion, Ahmad Bradshaw. What's new, man? How you been?
Oh, man, living life, can't complain.
You have some great memories, like, on this stage. How long did this 2-week break actually feel leading up to the big game?
Oh, man, it felt like a whole year, dude. You're just preparing. You're waiting on that big game, and it's one of the biggest moments in your life. Just the wait up until the game. Those 2 weeks are so long. You got media day, and you got practices all week for 2 weeks, and no game at the end of the first week. It's kind of tough. So that extra long week is, it wears on you. But at the end of the day, when you're out there on that field, it's nothing better, no better feeling to be at the Super Bowl and coming out to everybody in the world watching you and to that huge stage. It's nothing like it.
Yeah, and we know there's going to be no more game day prep for Tom Brady. This is a guy you took down in not one, but 2 Super Bowls here, Ahmad. He's retired. Yeah. He's entering life after football now. How will you remember TB12's career? Oh,
man. I think TB, man, is the best to do it, man. Nobody's done it like him. Nobody's a leader like him in the NFL. Just how he's taken over. 2 organizations and been able to win 2 Super Bowls, win so many Super Bowls, but with two different organizations. That's just that's unheard of. And to do it on his first year, that surprised me. But, just with what he's worked with his whole career and what he's had to go through, man, I think, nothing's like him, and I think he's the best to do it.
So he'll be 45 in the summer. He says he's happy, right, with his decision right now. But then when asked about potentially returning next season, he says, never say never. Does the GOAT at some point return in the future? What do you think?
It's tough, man. It really is. You realize what you got outside of football. You got kids, and he has a wife in his situation, and they want more and more. Yep. They need more and more of you. And yeah. The years, as many years as he's played, man, I'm sure they miss him in that household as much as he spends, at that football facility and around football. But I don't know. I feel like I felt like he would come back, and when he said he was retiring, I knew it. I didn't think it was true, but you just realize what you got outside of that, and I'm sure he's well off outside of football as well. So
yeah,
he should be fine.
And as someone who's married, I can't confirm. We tend to do what our significant others and our amazing wives asked us to do, politely for
exactly.
sure. Hey, one of those Super Bowls that you actually dropped Tom Brady in. You were part of this play, what some called the worst play that never was. When you scored that touchdown, with just under a minute to go, and then you give Tom Brady the ball back with a timeout left. What do you remember about that from Super Bowl 46, that play? Because to me, never has scoring a touchdown probably seemed so terrifying for you.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, man. I've never been told not to score a touchdown. I've never been in that situation in a game. And in that moment, nobody realized where we were in the game, I guess, because Eli handed me the ball. As he's handing me the ball, he says, "Don't score, don't score." As he's handing me the ball, and all I see is a huge hole. The end zone right in front of me. Everybody's getting out of my way. And by the time I really realized, what was going on, I was at the 1 yard line and falling backwards. But, you know what? At that moment, I felt bad because, I did give Tom Brady one of the greatest, that minute or however long to go score. But then I thought, we have one of the best defenses in the league at that moment. I think in the league, one of the best defenses ever, I think. Just with our front seven, those guys were just, amazing. Justin Tuck and OC and, all those guys, yep. Man. They and that's just huge to have a huge defensive line. Defense win championships. I believe that all the time. But They wanted for us that game because Tom Brady had that minute and had me scared at that moment. But the coaches were mad at me at that moment. They couldn't believe it, man. But
Yeah.
it came out. The defense stopped them, and we were able to get the championship.
Yeah, it obviously all worked out for you. I can imagine how nervous you were on the sideline, like watching your defense go to work. I remember there were some catchable passes that like Wes Welker dropped, and you have Deion Branch, who was a former like Super Bowl MVP. Like, did you ever write thank you notes to them?
Right, no, I mean I didn't, but I was watching as they were going down the field, and I'm just like, oh my God, thank you. He dropped it, thank you. I'm telling them thank you as they're dropping it because. I've seen, the progress on the way down the field. You just never know what's going to happen with Tom Brady. And, those guys just, they dropped a couple wide open passes that, that were just, blatant drops. And
yep.
I'm glad it happened that way, man. I was sitting there sweating. I don't think I watched. I may have heard the drop passes. I was like, oh, man, thank you.
Yeah.
But my head was down, and I was just, praying that we would come out in the end.
I know. It's crazy. Like, people mad at you for scoring a touchdown. Like, I don't know.
Right.
You also know what it's like to be an underdog on the game's biggest stage, and that's the position that really the Bengals are in right now. They feel like this team of destiny, Ahmad, similar to like, those Giants teams, those Super Bowl teams that you were on, just catching fire at the right time. Some people could say the 2012 Ravens as well. Do you see a little bit of that like darling team in this Cincinnati squad?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, I definitely see, they have a lot of young guys, which we had a lot of young guys that stepped in and stepped up, man. That's what I see in the Bengals. And, when I was going into the Super Bowl, we were going into the Super Bowl, we wanted to be the underdogs. We wanted to be those guys that, that nobody trusted, nobody believed it could win. And, that's how you want it in that situation. And I think the Bengals want it that way. And I think it, it makes you play even harder to know that, you're the underdog and know that, if you don't win, you don't win. But if you win, everybody enjoys it so much better when you can beat a, an 18-0 team or in the Patriots, one of my championships years, or if you beat the Patriots after going a 9-7 year and nobody believes you. That's just the best feeling in the world to come out on top.
Yeah, and the Bengals just look like this confident team right now. We know Joe Burrow, their quarterback's playing with the utmost confidence. Like, dude has a smorgasbord of nicknames. And you even have schools in Cincinnati right now holding like Joe Burrow drip days where these kids are dressing like Joe Burrow. Like, he's this guy who's also like super into fashion. Like, he's got this swagger, the drip. He's this cool dude. Who had the most swagger and drip on your Super Bowl teams?
You know what? I know Victor Cruz was one of those guys.
Oh yeah, the salsa.
Row.
Yeah. Cruz is a friend of DraftKings. Yeah, we've danced with him many of times.
Oh yeah, Victor. He was a big dresser. Entrail Row was a big dresser. Those guys were probably the two big dressers on the team.
Well, what about Eli? Eli wasn't a big dresser.
Well, Eli was Eli, man. He just came to play. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
No matter how he dressed.
Yeah, for sure. And like, you look at the quarterbacks on these two teams, they're fantastic. The offensive talent really on the Rams and the Bengals, and the defense has played such a huge role in these two teams, like getting to this point as well.
Oh, yeah.
Like, is there a matchup? Like, what matchup in this game do you think could have the biggest impact on the result?
For me, same as ours with D-line, man. I think the matchups with their D-line, the Rams D-line versus the Bengals offensive line, that's going to be the key matchup. If they can't stop 99, Donald and Von Miller, man, it's going to be some trouble. And that's just how it was with, Tom Brady and our championships with OC and Tuck, and the first one with Strahan. Like, they were just getting to him. And I feel like if Donald and the Rams and Von and them can get to Burrow, then I think it's going to be that way, man.
Yeah.
But it's up to the Bengals O-line, and if they can keep them off Burrow, man, I think that'll decide the game.
Yeah, I know some people are leaning towards maybe Aaron Donald, a long shot to win Super Bowl MVP. Von Miller's already done that before, so that is a spooky defense. Like, outside of who you just think is going to win the game, what are your rooting interests in this one? Are there any like old connections for you?
When Odell Beckham came into the league,
Yeah.
I was like a mentor to him. I actually left to the Colts, and he kind of gave me some calls and just asked me about New York, and I kind of gave him an insight on New York and the organization and different things. He had went through a lot of things, the organization that I went through with New York that I went through, with, just different things of just media stuff and people, and his life stuff. I guess he went through a lot of things, the up and downs with that, and he would call me and ask me, my how I would, go through with a lot of things. And so in that sense, being a type of mentor for him, I have to root for him, Odell.
Yeah.
He is a good friend. Von Miller as well. I mean, me and Von's been close ever since he got to the NFL, and just a great dude. I'm a big fan, and it's just crazy that both of those guys got picked up as an addition to the team, and what an addition for both of them. I mean, they've been huge parts of their success, and I think only more happens after that. So.
Yeah, and I'm looking on social media. I feel like Giants fans like share the same sentiment. I think everyone is rooting, like Big Blue, fans of Big Blue are rooting for OBJ to get that ring.
Oh, yeah, man. I mean, yeah, he deserves it. I think he's a great dude. I mean, everybody looks at, a lot of different aspects in people's lives, and, I think he deserves it, and he loves to win, and that's all it boils down to. I mean, I was different when I wasn't winning too. So if the Giants weren't successful, I was mad. So I didn't like to lose at all. So that's just the way a lot of guys are, and a lot of guys take it a lot personal than other guys. So
yeah, it's like they said, like winning fixes everything, or quite a bit.
Everything.
So
everything.
So with that said, what's your prediction for the game? Like who's winning on Sunday, Super Bowl 56?
I think the best D-line, man. Whoever gets to the quarterback, like you said, it's a lot of talent on both offenses, man. It's going to be hard to stop those offenses, but whoever has the best defense, best D-line, I think wins the game. Like I say, I'm rooting for the Rams because of two guys that I have a relationship with. But other than that, I couldn't pick other than those two guys. I wouldn't know.
Yeah. Okay. So you're going Rams. You're picking Rams. Ahmad Bradshaw picking Rams as a Super Bowl champion. Where are you planning on watching the game? Are you an at-home guy with the family? Do you go out to a restaurant or a bar and sit there? What are your plans?
Well, you know what? One of my buddies just bought a 56-footer boat in Miami, so I think I might go sit on he wants to open it up for the Super Bowl. So I might go sit on the boat and watch the Super Bowl out there on the water in Miami somewhere, man. It sounds like a plan anyway.
What's your favorite Super Bowl food to eat?
Super Bowl food? You know what? I like the nachos, man. Can't pass up the nachos, man. I just actually seen a picture of some nachos earlier, and I'm actually ready for some nachos.
Because it sounds like you have a nice fancy little gathering that's going to go down on a very nice watercraft. So is it going to be fancy foods? You can't overthink it.
Well, you know what? He has a piece in Skinny Pop popcorn, so I'm sure it'll be a little Skinny Pop there. Other than that, I'm sure it'll be something good. He don't eat too much bad food anyway, so. It'd be nice, him and the fam, and I would just hang out and eat some good food and watch a good game. Hopefully it's a good one.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it can't be too heavy of foods. If you guys are going to be on a boat, getting some sun with your shirts off, you don't want to be rocking the dad bods too much.
It all goes on the boat, man. It don't matter. It don't matter. You can do whatever.
All right, before you take off, I got one last question for you. There's been a lot of turnover since you have left with the Giants, obviously, but especially a head coach. So Brian Daboll becomes the fourth head coach in the last 6 years for the franchise. What do you think has been missing? Yeah, I see you nodding your head right now. What do you think has been missing that's really been keeping the Giants from finding consistent success?
Just that consistency, man. That reliability just with the coach. They've had so much up and downs and so many in and outs, so many people in and out. They can't rely on, they can't rely on their coach. They don't know who's in and who's out. They don't know, what's going on right now. So if they can get some consistency with the coach and if coach can come in and get a hold of that team and have somebody to play for him, that's just like Coach Coughlin. When I first came in, he was that military-minded coach that that just harped on everything. He was on my back about everything. Me being a rookie, which I didn't mind at all because I had a military coach in high school as well. But in the end of the day, we wanted to play for Coach Coughlin. He made us want to play for him. He showed us that love. We wanted that for him. Like we wanted him to win. And when we came in, he was on his way out. Like they were talking about him, leaving that first year I got there. They if he didn't win or if he wasn't successful that year, then he was out of there. And the very next thing, 4 years later, they were saying the same thing. I mean, it's New York. You're playing in New York, you're coaching in New York, you're going to get criticized the most. And I understand that. Like I say, I've seen Coach Coughlin go through it for, 6 years, the 6 years that I was there. So, I feel like we played for Coach Coughlin. I feel like we wanted him to win. We wanted to win for him. And, that's just what I think the ball has to want for the Giants.
Yep.
He has to want the players. He wants to play. He wants the players to play for him. I mean, that's just how the team works. That's how players work. And if you don't have a coach to play for, then it's just tough to win.
Yeah, for sure. I know you and a lot of Giants fans really hope that he can be the guy to bring him back, and not only that, but also like develop and rehab Daniel Jones back there, who has struggled to get some consistency like on the offensive side of the ball, for sure. Yes. But hopefully brighter days ahead for your old crew. And Ahmad Bradshaw, it was really good catching up with you. Thanks for kicking it with DraftKings, and enjoy the boat and the sun down in Miami on Sunday, dude.
Oh man, I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you, man. Thanks for having me too.